Hi, hello guys, welcome. Today I just want to talk about the difference between risk entries and confirmation entries when trading order blocks. So I'm going to show an example. So say this is how your market is moving, right? And then the market does that. Then so here you have that break of structure. So when you have a break of structure here, you mark your order block. So maybe you go for maybe it's even the extreme order block or any of the order block that you've seen, or for some reasons. So you mark your order block like that. So from here on, you would want to see the market reverse anywhere from down here, go to order block and continue into your direction. Now with risk entries, after you do this, what you just have to do is you place your limits. So you do that. So now what's going to happen is that when price reverses from here, immediately just comes there, it just taps you in there, and then it goes in your direction, right? So now this is a risk entry where you just leave your limit, don't wait for any other confirmation. So now for confirmation, what you do is after you mark your zone like this, you would want to wait for price to come to this zone or your order block, and then after it comes to your zone, you would want to see price give you indications that it's going to reverse after mitigating your order block, right? After it gives you that confirmation, that is when you can enter the trade. So the advantage with this one is that it also gives you that lesser risk, but sometimes you can miss on trades compared to the other one. The one for risk entries, most of the time you will get triggered in the trades, but then you have a high chance of your trade hitting stop loss. So those are the disadvantages and advantages. Otherwise, for confirmation entries, even if you have more chances of missing out on some of the trades, but you have lesser chances of getting the trade wrong, because at least you get confirmation. So after price mitigates your order block like that, you would want to see something like that, something like this. You would want to see price reject from that zone, right? And then does something like that, and then makes a change of character, right? So when it makes a change of character, from there, let me just zoom this so that it can be big and visible, right? So from here now, after it makes this change of character, you mark your order block from this swing, right? So you mark your order block there, right? From here onwards, this is the zone you'll be looking to sell. That's the zone you'll be looking to sell from. Just aim for the last where it reversed from. So your stop loss can just be above that zone. So now you wait for price to come there, you sell, or you can even just leave a sell limit now, because this is already a confirmation. You have already a change of character indicating that price is changing direction after it mitigated your order block, right? And then it gives you a change of character, and then you sell from here, and then you aim there, instead of just selling directly from there. Instead of just saying that from here, you can sell from this angle. So okay, now let me just show you an example so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. So say for example how we could have caught this here, right? So let me do this. I can just replay from there. I can just delete this. I show you. So now at this point, okay, for now just excuse all these ones. This is another trade that I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this liquidation to be taken out, then we have get a medication from into this order block. So anyway, let's just assume that price is where it is now, right? So already we can see that our lowest point is here. This is our lowest point, right? So this being our lowest point, we are waiting for a price to break it. So now say after we have this break here, we mark our order blocks, right? So we have this order block here. We have this order block here. This is on 5 minutes. 5 minutes. This is on 5 minutes. And then we also have this order block there, right? So any of the two can work, right? Even though I'm not going to go for this one because this one is just right next to this trend line liquidity here, right? So this is why I eliminated this one, and I would rather just wait for price to come to this one here, this zone. Anyway, after we have this break of structure indicating that okay, price is still continuing going down. Sorry. After we have this break of structure, we want to see price reverse to come to our zone. So at this moment, if we are looking for an aggressive entry, we'll do just leave our sell limit anywhere there and our stop loss just above our zone there. You can just leave it like that, right? And aim anywhere down here. So that's a risk reward ratio of at least 4, right? So from here onwards, you can even see that we even have some trend line liquidity. We have some trend line liquidity. So we want this to be taken out before mitigating this liquidity. This zone becomes a very strong zone, this order block. You see, those order blocks without liquidity below them, they are always likely not to hold. So at least when you see some liquidity like this, then we know that we have a higher chance of this order block to hold our trades. So now at this point we would have been in this trade now, right? At this point we would have been in this trade. We are already in this trade. We got that mitigation in there, and we would just hold it even there or up to here, but I would prefer here because there's this order block here. So this is still good. This is still good enough. So now from here onwards, we just have to let price do whatever it wants to do. So from there on, we have our take profit there, right? It hit, and you can see here this is now the current situation. And from after I just hit take profit, it reacted to this order block here. That's how we can see this movement. So now there's another way we could have entered this market. After we got this, I can just remove that. So after we got this mitigation here, right, we want to see a sign of reverse, right? At some point, if you even want, you can even go on a lower time frame, but for now I'll just take things to this same 5 minutes time frame, right? So liquidity has been taken out. We have a mitigation into our order block. The third thing is we want to sign off reverse, right? So at this point, we have a change of character, right? We have a change of character, meaning price is now changing direction, right? So from here onwards, we mark our order block from this point, right? And then we place our sell limits, from there, and then we aim the same area, right? So now from just here we could have been tapped in, just like that. This is the difference between a risk entry and a confirmation entry. So when, let me just put this on. I just need to show you something. So quite alright. Quite alright. This one you can enter late, but at least you're entering with confirmation, right? This one you go early in the trade, but there's always a high chance that it can take you out because it does not confirm that price is going to reverse here. But also when you look at risk to reward ratio, right? Here we're risking a lot and our reward is only 4, right? But when you come to this one, if I let me do this and then I come to this. When you come to this one, we're risking a very small amount and then our reward is 5. So I always recommend to use these kind of entries instead of just rushing into a trade, because with this one you're going to hit a lot of stop losses before you find that one that's just going to work out in your favor compared to this one. This one, the only disadvantage is that you are going to miss out on most of the trades. Now imagine that after it mitigated this zone and it just came down straight and then it came here, you wouldn't have entered this trade here. Quite right, you miss out, but the most important part is that it did not hit your stop loss, so your capital is still protected, because that's the number one priority. Anyway guys, I would be very glad enough if you can hit the subscription button, like, and also comment in the comment section and just let me know what you'd want me to like make videos on and make some clarity on it. Okay guys, thank you very much. Later.